Hey man, say man, what's good YouTube? It's your boy Quest the Plug, man. I'm back here another banger, man. Today we got the best Larry Bird 3-point shooting story ever told, man. Y'all swear Larry Bird one of the greatest shooters of all time. So let's really see why y'all think that. Of course I know Larry Bird had a strap, but bro, like the time he was in, he wasn't taking that many threes. So for me, it's hard to consider him like a top 5 shooter ever, because it's like, bro, he used to take max 1 to 2 threes a game. It's like I can't consider you the greatest shooter ever if your volume of shots is not as much as players today. Players like Dame taking 7 threes a game, Curry taking 8 threes a game. Like even LeBron probably take about 4 to 5 threes a game. So it's like, it's hard to compare like different eras when like their volume of shots is not the same. Like, but let's see what the story got to offer, bro. I seen Curry in a thumbnail, so let's see, bro. Before we get to, make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe, man. Let's get into it.
One of the great shooters in the history of the sport, not close, not good. He was great. He's one of the 3-point shooters of all time. That's how good Bird is. Oh yes, we're not 3-point shooting contests. He was phenomenal. Bird's a great shooter.
This is the face of a
JJ Redick hate when people bring up like players like Larry Bird, bro. He'd be like, no, they will not be good today. They be having me crying, bro.
Denier, because one seemingly innocuous comment about how great of a 3-point shooter Larry Bird was had him all in his feelings.
Dog, it's just math. It's a temp.
I mean, even JJ Redick probably a greater shooter than Larry Bird. I'm not gonna lie. Like, what the hell? No cap.
It's big.
Had him all in his feelings.
I'm not, but it's not a knock on Bird. He's definitely a top 15, 10 shooter of all time. But a lot of these players, he's not a better shooter than, bro. He just didn't take the same amount of shots. It's because of the era he played in. So that's how I got, like, it just, the era he was in, teams was taking like 5 threes a game. So it's not a knock on him. It's just
attempts, it's makes, and it's percentage.
Facts.
And there's no way you could ever argue Larry Bird is a top 3-point shooter of all time. There's
Facts.
plenty of people that have shot more, made more, and guess what? Made more at a higher percentage than Larry Bird from 3.
And that's facts, bro. JJ Redick be speaking facts. I don't know why people hate on JJ Redick takes, but bro probably one of the best analysts out there, bro. He keep it real, and he doesn't just say anything. Like he don't say like crap for views, bro. He actually talks facts, statistics, like, and he can back up what he's saying.
And it shot more, made more, and guess what? Made more at a higher percentage than Larry Bird from 3. He's not one of the greatest 3-point shooters ever.
Okay, that's crazy. He definitely one of the greatest 3-point shooters ever, just not top 5.
Now, as someone who claims to be a student of the game, why in the world would JJ Redick say something so idiotic?
That's crazy to say.
Words of the great Roy Jones Jr. Y'all must have forgot. JJ Redick, this video is dedicated to you.
I lived that era, and Larry Bird was one of the greatest 3-point shooters that's ever played the game. Fuck percentages. It ain't about that. It's about hitting big shots, things that he couldn't do as a player.
I mean, he right. When we talk about clutch 3-point shooters, oh yeah, Bird might be top 1. I ain't gonna lie, but it's 48 minutes in the game, bro. Like, of course, those last 2 minutes count the most, or last minute. But like, when you talking about overall shooter, bro, like that's just, it matters, but like it doesn't matter as much as the people make it seem.
Bird hit more big 3-point shots than anyone, even to this day, and he did it in supreme fashion, while trash talking every step of the way.
We're playing Phoenix and we're way ahead. Okay, we're down the old Saddle Dome that they had on site. Right. And Larry, we're playing good as a team. Larry has the worst fourth quarter known to man. I mean, he's throwing the ball to the other team. I'm like,
damn.
Good Lord, we have like a 15-point lead. Next thing you know, we're down 2. And I'm like, how in the world are we going to lose this game, man?
So we have a play out of bounds play. Larry says, I'm going to bust off the play, and I'm just going to come out, and I'm going to shoot a 3. And I'm like, no, don't do that. I'm like, let's shoot a 2, please. Go in the hole, try to get fouled. Let's just get into overtime, see if we can't win this game.
So, Larry not only tells me that, he walked by the bench and says, typical Birdie, just real slow, fixing to bust a 3 on your guys and go home. And so he breaks the play.
Axe looking, loops at the Bird, a runner.
Oh my God, off one leg. Yeah. Bro dapping up the bench. Bro, that nigga is disrespectful as hell, bro. He dapping up these niggas' bench after hitting the game winner in their face, bro. Crazy.
And he gets the ball, jumps out, busts the play, comes out, gets the ball to slot, shoots the ball. As the ball's in the air, he kind of turns towards the Phoenix bench and yells, "Told you so!" He stops running to the locker room. And I just started laughing. I was like, oh, man.
That was Birdie. And just, he had the confidence, man. That dude had so much confidence. He talked to the coaches. He talked to everybody. He was talking trash all the time, man. But fun. Great competitor, man.
And that type of confidence was missing today, bro. Like, just because he was missing the whole game, it don't mean in the clutch. You think who they gonna pass the ball to? Mikal? He great, bro. When they need a three, don't matter how Bird's shooting, they pass it to that nigga in the clutch. Because, bro, it don't matter how bad he's shooting, he gonna shoot it, bro. That's the mindset a lot of players missing today, bro. Just, bro, like, keep shooting.
Talking trash all the time, man. But fun. Great competitor, man.
And what Kevin McHale failed to mention is that Larry Bird had not taken a single three.
First three of the game.
Entire game.
First three of the game being a game winner. That nigga Bird was different, bro.
Hey, JJ, I hope you're listening. Larry Bird was the first player to make the three-point shot a strategic weapon. You know, he went out there taking 14 or 15. He liked to use it as a dagger in the fourth quarter. Nobody else used it as strategically as Larry Bird did.
Even Michael Jordan understood that shooting too many threes was not the best way to win.
The Shrug game. We right next soon. That's coming soon.
When you have that mentality, as I found out in the first game, of making threes, you don't go to the hole as much. You go to the three-point line and you start sitting there waiting for someone to find you. And that's not my mentality. And I don't want to create that because it takes away from all phases of my game. My game is a fake drive to the hole, penetrate, dish off, dunk or whatever.
But for some reason, JJ Redick actually thinks basketball is just a math equation. And he couldn't be more wrong. Just because 3 is more than 2 doesn't mean you should jack up a bunch of threes.
Facts.
Larry Bird not only was a great three-point shooter, but he had one of the highest basketball IQs in NBA history.
Bro, yeah, this Rockets team is a perfect example of the three-point shot being overused in today's basketball, bro. In game 7, them niggas missed like 23s in a row. Like, that is crazy. They could have won the game, but instead of getting to the mid-range, attacking the basket, creating better shots, they just kept chucking threes. Missing all of them, and they still shooting them. It's like, why? Like you said, 3 is more than 2, but at the same time, you have to plan it. You got to be strategic how Bird was. Like, I don't know. That was just bad coaching.
And even he never averaged over 4 three-point attempts per game in any season.
That's what I was saying.
And made them when they truly mattered. Like in this game, when the Celtics were down by 3 with 7 seconds to go, and then this happened.
That's tough. Bro, that one-leg floater 3 is crazy, bro. One leg, Kevin Durant.
And if you think that one-legged three-point shot was luck, well, explain this. Because in that same game, in overtime, with 2 seconds left, and the Celtics down by 1, this happened.
Don't tell me he did it again. Oh my God. Bro, y'all don't understand. A one-leg catch and shoot 3 is OD. Especially for a game. You got to have crazy confidence, crazy skill.
For the guy who does it when you have to have it done, as opposed to those guys that can do it for the first 3 quarters. But do you see Steph Curry? Can you say he's the best shooter that we've ever seen?
I don't know about that. The thing is, anybody can shoot him once tied. It's when you're down 1 or down 2. I mean, how many guys make that shot?
But since JJ Redick,
but that's still disrespectful to Curry. There's no debate he's the greatest shooter ever. Y'all can say Bird a better clutch shooter, but it doesn't matter. Overall, Curry's the better shooter. He takes more threes, he makes more. Simple as that.
Loves his numbers.
It literally changed the game. He forced teams to have to take threes to compete with him. And I remember y'all saying that. I said that Curry had the greatest impact in NBA history on the game. Y'all telling some man. Y'all just be hating on the new generation, bro.
Guys make that shot.
But since JJ Redick loves his numbers so much, let's compare prime Larry Bird's three-point numbers with Steph Curry's 2016 unanimous MVP season. Steph Curry shot 45.4% from three, while Larry Bird shot 42.3% from three.
45% from three is OD on the amount of attempts Curry takes per game.
Now, in a vacuum, using only this number, the unsophisticated analyst might assume that Steph Curry was a better three-point shooter than Larry Bird, but not so fast. How about we compare each player to the three-point shooters of their own era? In 2016, the league average three-point percentage.
It's not, but like, let me go back. But it's no debate that Bird is the greatest shooter of his era. Facts. Definitely one of the best shooter of his era, of course. But we talking about all time here. We combining every era. He's not the greatest shooter ever. He's one of the greatest shooters, but he's not better than Steph Curry at shooting.
In 2016,
maybe the mid-range.
Average three-point percentage was 35.4%. This means that Steph Curry was 28% better than league average. In 1985, the league average three-point percentage was 28.2%. This means that Larry Bird was 51% better than league average. So, in reality, Larry Bird dominated the three-point line in his era even better than 2016 unanimous MVP Steph Curry. But numbers don't make an argument. Their only purpose is to supplement what we already know to be true.
If the three-point shot was what it is today, back in the 80s, Bird would have scored 50 a game. He made every mid-ranger in the world. He was a 90% free throw shooter. Outside of one jumper when he missed the game 4 jumper against Magic, he had a broken hand. I don't recall ever a big shot in a big game that he ever missed.
So,
that's cap. He definitely missed some clutch shots, but like he said, of course, if the three-point shot was as heavily used back then and today, of course, then we'd be having a way different conversation, but that's a what if, bro. When we talking about facts, like who's the greatest shooter, we don't do what ifs, bro. We do what's happened.
Answered.
Ever a big shot in a big game that he ever missed.
So, answer this question. If you need one player to hit one three-point shot to save your life, who are you taking? Steph Curry, who lost the three-point shooting contest 5 times.
Bro was bringing up the three-point contest
to his peers? Or Larry Bird, who won the three-point shooting contest back to back to back?
There were pros back then, there were cons back then. But to say anything disparaging about Larry Bird and his perimeter shooting and his three-point shooting?
Bro, that was a crazy make, bro. What he just made right there.
Disparaging about Larry Bird and his perimeter shooting and his three-point shooting? Asinine. Like, JJ, he'd probably beat your ass in a three-point shooting contest today.
Though it sounds like hyperbole, this is what a 60-year-old Larry Bird did at an Indiana Pacers practice.
So the whole team is just stretching, and Larry just walks on the court, grabbed the ball, and started jacking threes like I'm looking at everybody. I'm like, do y'all see this right now? And he made like at least 10 in a row threes, like just in a row. Walked off and sat like he ain't do nothing. Like fold his legs and just sitting there looking at us. I'm like, this guy, nice. I'm like, man, that's the legend right there.
Speaking of shooting threes, Coach, you at the three-point competition, walking in the locker room. Who's playing? Did you really say that? Who's playing for second?
Yeah, I did. I was so bad. Because Leon Wood never crossed the three-point line. All he did was always shot three. So I thought he might be the competition. When I walked in there, he's sitting there, and I said, okay, now they're down to the nitty-gritty. Who's coming in second? You already know who's going to win this. I think they were a little nervous.
And after Larry Bird hit 11 straight threes in this final round, he decided to hit one off the backboard, just for fun.
It's crazy. He was a crazy shooter, though, but...
my name on for a week now. I knew I was going to win this
And then the walk off with your hand up. I mean, come on.
That's classic.
Come on.
You know, when you're shooting them, you don't know what the score is.
Right.
But I had a feeling by when the crowd was going, I had to make the last one. And that one there looked perfect all the way. So if it would have bounced out, I would have felt like an idiot. But it went in, I got lucky and got the check and went home.
Larry Bird winning the long distance shootout for the third year in a row.
Now imagine that. Larry Bird, who didn't even see a three-point line until after he entered the NBA.
Yeah, I'll be forgetting that Larry Bird rookie season is when a three-point line was introduced. So, yeah, crazy that he was that good of a shooter, that quick.
Somehow became the greatest, most clutch three-point shooter of all time. And he did it in the most physical era of basketball. I don't care what J.J. Redick says.
When I watch Steph Curry off the ball in a playoff game, getting grabbed and held.
I'm gonna let JJ finish talking first before I say though.
Steph Curry off the ball in a playoff game, getting grabbed and held by Marcus Smart. They're attached to him at all times. Right. Then when I watch Larry Bird come off a pin down and no one's within 5 feet of him and they're shooting the gap. You're telling me one is more physical than the other? You're telling me that's more physical than Steph Curry being grabbed and held for 48 minutes?
Yeah.
It's a good point, but yeah, there's no comparison about physicality between the 80s and today. I'm sorry, JJ. Yeah, I mean, it's definitely been hella. You can find open threes from any player. You can find hella clips of stuff getting wide open threes. That's just how it is.
Well, JJ continues to embarrass his university and diminishes the worth of the Duke degree by speaking with such colossal ignorance in public, with such arrogance and authority. It's idiocy. It suggests that a no hand-checking finesse league where people are camping out 42.5 feet for the basket.
Bro had to pull out the big words.
Hand-checking finesse league where people are camping out 42.5 feet for the basket is more physical than the NBA of 30. Oh my God, we'll talk about 50 or 60 years ago, but even 30 years ago. What does he come up with this? This defies common sense.
And Michael Cooper, who was Larry Bird's toughest defender in the 80s, took J.J. Redick's comments very personally.
You know what? Watch your mouth, man, when you're talking about former players and who can do this and who can do that. Because the game changed in the 80s because it was so physical. In today's NBA, I don't know what game he's looking at. You can't touch the guy. Anytime you touch anybody, a three-point shooter, come close to them when they're landing, it's a foul. To say that Steph is getting more contact, man, that guy has no clue of how basketball was played in the 80s. And I guarantee you this, J.J. Redick, if you had played in the 80s, this is Michael Cooper talking, I'd have locked your ass up. You wouldn't have got a shot off.
Nah, Michael Cooper definitely probably would have locked JJ up because JJ is literally just an off-ball shooter. Like, he's coming off the ball, coming off screens, trying to get a shot. So, Michael Cooper definitely locking bro up. Facts.
On the floor when I was on the floor, and you couldn't play when I was on the court.
I mean, for J.J. Redick to disrespect an entire generation of basketball players, what did he expect?
First of all, Redick don't know what the hell he's talking about. I'm gonna say it. Right? I agree. He don't know what the hell he's talking about. I'm like, what basketball was you watching? To say something as idiotic as that is ridiculous. And for J.J. Redick, who played this game, I'm very disappointed that he said something so stupid. When I hear that, I'm like, you really don't know, do you? We had our time. It was a great time. It's their time now.
Yes.
But don't crap on us to prove your point. Because it doesn't make sense and it's not valid. I don't hate on you.
You're responding right now.
Yeah.
You're not.
I don't hate on these guys. These guys are great. I just don't like the disrespect. Yeah. And to say
facts, bro. You don't gotta disrespect the older generation just to get your point across, bro. Because without them, where would we be? Where would they be? Like, they literally started it all, and we just they the foundation, and we just built off that. So
I don't hate on these guys. These guys are great. I just don't like the disrespect. Yeah. And to say that about Larry Bird, it's just a stupid comment to make.
Unfortunately, somewhere along the way, common basketball knowledge was lost. But hopefully, these Larry Bird stories enlighten you to why the world fell in love with basketball in the first place.
And this particular play down, the timeout, they're coming down, and Larry hits me at the top of the key, and he's walking me underneath his basket. He goes, Cooper, I'm ready to wear your ass out. What? Okay, I get down my best defensive stance. He goes down the lane, he comes off the left side, and Robert Parrish set the pick. And we knew the play. We knew what was coming up. And Kareem was ready, and as Larry comes off the pick, shoulder to shoulder with Parrish, and I'm trailing behind him, he catches the basketball right about the elbow, and he gets the ball and he goes up, and Kareem stops him from turning the corner. Larry catches the ball, he goes up in the air, and here I come, and I'm like, I'm ready to smash this shit, man. So I jump up, and I got my hand, and I don't know how Larry got this ball between Kareem and I. So Kareem had his hands up, I'm coming with my right hand,
damn.
And he hit a great pass. Like I said, I don't know how he got it from, hits Robert Parrish. And Larry looks over his shoulder at me and he laughs. He said, I told you, motherfucker.
But it's also had a telling effect on Michael Cooper underneath the basket. They're wearing him out.
That's what made Larry larger than life, because if anybody in today's game, maybe Steph Curry comes off that, they force that shot up there. They try to get the shot off. But that's the difference between Larry.
Facts. That's the difference. Larry probably one of him and Magic, top 2 greatest team players ever, bro. Unselfish. If they wanted to, they could have averaged 30, but nah, they chose to get their teammates involved, bro. It's just little things like that. That's why they're so held to such high standard, bro.
They try to get the shot off, but that's the difference between Larry. That play right there softened you up for the next time. Now Kareem's not gonna jump out. Now Larry's wide open to shoot the ball. So I would expect former players to really understand that, but I never ever discount another player at any decade. I hate Larry Bird, but I respect the hell out of that man. And Larry Bird was one of the greatest three-point shooters that's ever
Definitely.
played. Fuck percentages. It ain't about that. It's about hitting big shots.
Bro, I agree with that, bro. Like I said, bro, he's one of the greatest three-point shooters ever. He's just not top 5 to me. He's top 10 for sure. For sure. JJ Redick was definitely talking crazy. The 80s not physical as like Curry's is guarded way more physical than Larry Bird. Like, see, now you're tripping. But I mean, tell me how y'all feel about this Larry Bird story. It's definitely one of the best Bird stories I've heard, bro, because it showed me a different aspect of Larry Bird. But man, like, comment, subscribe, man, and we out.